Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna be doing this live, obviously, reaction review of Brand of Sacrifice's newest EP, but I'll also be going live not moments after this is done to also check out Picturesque's new EP. If you know, you know. That one is arguably very different, so if you do not stick around for it, I completely get it, because it is a completely different record going on there. But wanted to kind of do this one. I had done reaction videos for both X's and Dynasty, and this has been an EP I've been looking forward to for a little bit now, so just felt the need to do a reaction video slash review for it. So gonna be going through all of the songs off this EP. It's only 4 songs, and 2 of them I've already listened to, so the first and the last song are the ones that I haven't listened to be completely transparent as well. I have not listened to Exodus or Dynasty since I did those reaction videos, so I probably will still be stoked to hear them nonetheless. But very excited to just kind of delve through the entire EP between Death and Dreams. You can check the links in the description if you'd like to go pick it up. I know they have vinyl, which is really awesome, CDs, merch, all that sort of stuff, and they're also on tour as well, so they're just crushing it right now. So big salutes to Brand of Sacrifice, doing some really great stuff right now. So, but I wanted to do this, so I hope you like it. And if not, please go check out Brand of Sacrifice. I've been on a BOS kick recently, so I was very hyped to get into this EP. So we're gonna get into the first song. This one's Blinded. They did do a music video for this one. I think it was released a couple days ago when the album dropped, but wanted to just kind of listen to this one with you guys. So let's get into the first one without further ado. Fuck. Holy shit. Guys, that was blinded. Holy shit. Oh my god. That was insane. Okay, that breakdown at the end was money. I love that. That was amazing. God, so fuck. I don't even like. It's hard to critique this sort of stuff because I think it's just so like technical. I think very similarly to why I really haven't like fully delved into like Lorna Shore stuff, because I do find that like my expertise in knowing like metalcore and that sort of styling of music, I kind of get that. I've been listening to that type of genre for a long time. But this, like, you know, deathcore, death metal, whatever you want to call it, this sort of styling of music I'm not as familiar with. I do listen to a decent amount of the type of artists that are within this genre, but it's a little bit harder for me to kind of nail down because I think there's a lot of technicality that goes on with the writing here, so bear with me. The song itself was just right out the gate aggressive. I feel like if there's anything less than that, I'd be very surprised, just because I think they find a great job of including just some like brutality, just some great lows and highs. Just like, I think Kyle all around as a screamer has great range from like those really high, like just screaming over top. I think he's got a really great kind of like pitch and tone to his screams in that sort of higher register, but his lows just like they just feel like they come from the depths of hell, and I think that is like the coolest thing ever. He's just got great tone and great range. So if there's anything that I would recommend for people who are Brand of Sacrifice fans or are new fans of the band, I would definitely just give Kyle the kudos, because I think he is a phenomenal vocalist. The musicality of it is also really, really great. I love the kind of inclusion of more like electronic and synth stuff. I do feel like it matches up well with the guitar work within the EP as well. More specifically with this song, it almost felt like they were like intertwined together, which I really appreciate, because sometimes when you have a lot of heavy things going on, it can sound like just a big mess of things, but it did feel like everything had its own cohesion to it, and as well as that, just brought that extra level of like depth and heaviness to the track that I feel like you might not have gotten, or you might have missed out on as well. The drumming was insane. I love the kind of blast beats, the different ways that they that their drummer kind of switched up the playing. It was really nice to hear a little bit more kind of variation in terms of drum patterns. It keeps the song interesting, because otherwise, again, it would kind of just sound like just a big wall of sound. And this kind of broke up like certain parts within the song where you could hear a little bit more like straight beats, a little bit more obviously blast beats, which, you know, your boy loves. But as well as that, I also think it mashes up well with, you know, the parts where you would hear a traditional more chorusy part or like a bridge part. There was a really good separation of all those two things, so really enjoyed that as well. But this one is a great one to start off with. I think if you had not listened to any of the songs, then you are absolutely gonna get thrown back by this track 100%. There's no way, unless you are familiar with this type of music and you're familiar with the type of like stuff within deathcore, then you're gonna obviously know that. But yeah, this one rocked. Really enjoyed this one a lot. But I don't think there's anything much more I could say about the track, because I think it just crushes. And honestly, this is probably gonna be a great EP for those of you who join the gym, go to the gym, you know, and listen to some music. This is, I would argue, a great EP to be listening to at the gym. So, but yeah, enjoy this one a lot. I would say this, if being kind of the newer songs that I've listened to, I enjoyed this one a lot. This one was aggressive, fun, heavy, everything you know and love about Brand of Sacrifice. So we are going to move it on to track 2, which is going to be Exodus. So let's give it a listen.
You will not survive.
This terror's low. By the world of enslaved. It has everything. But I have turned on for I must survive. Now on the down of the thinking of the most. Revelation love. Who I live in a culture of deception. There is no better iron. No, you're what it could. My own about the bodies. Your shame was meant to win.
I forgot how good this one was, too. Shit.
I see the truth upon your face. No, I won't get away. I see the truth upon your face.
This chorus crushes.
I can't look away. No time will ever heal this pain. Your life from the fire inside me. Everything on the sun, so call yourself a savior. You are not my king. No, you don't feel your evil mediocrity. Switch the toning of your face out. Turn your face out. You need no better thing. Your evil man out. I see the truth upon your face. I feel it, but I can't look away. No time will
I love that Kyle's clean singing on this part. So sick. This opens up really like that. A little bit of a halftime beat. This still gets me. Oh my god. Oh, I love this song. This outro is so sick. That one I love that one. That gives me goosebumps every time. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this was track 2, Exodus, off of Between Death and Dreams, from Brand of Sacrifice. Links in the description if you'd like to go pick up the album. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. But getting back to this song, I have to preface that I have done a reaction video for both this song and Dynasty. So if you want to get my true interaction with that song, then let me know. But came back to listening to this one, as I mentioned, just listened to the reaction video, not too long ago. I would say it was a couple months ago. But the song itself, hadn't listened to it up until this point, because whenever I do those reaction videos, I try to, like, I don't want to say, like, forget the song, but, like, I don't want to listen to it too much to kind of, like, overshadow my opinions about the track. So getting back into this song and really kind of delving into it again, the thing that I appreciated the most about it was just the inclusion of, like, the choral sort of effect. I really liked that. I think it was way good of a, I don't even know what I was trying to get at with the comment I just made, but it did make for just, like, one of the coolest sections in the song. I really think it adds this real kind of, like, the way that kind of, like, Born of Osiris has that sort of, like, more Egyptian kind of styling to their music. It kind of gives me that sort of vibe as well. So really enjoyed that. I think obviously the music video kind of does that as well too, but I think that kind of is, like, the musicality of the song kind of like interjecting within the music video itself. But I do really like that aspect of it. I also love Kyle's clean singing as well. I came from his previous project, the After Image, and I know that was more like a prog metalcore kind of background. So, I know he's not unfamiliar with doing clean singing. So it was just a nice kind of harken back to me, at least, for my love of the After Image. So I love whenever he includes that sort of clean singing within, Brand of Sacrifice, because I feel like it's not always necessarily the thing that I think most people would necessarily associate with Brand of Sacrifice, which would make 100% sense, but I like it, and I think that, other people may not be on the same wavelength as that, and that's completely fine, because, Brand of Sacrifice is primarily a heavier band, so I think this one plays a little bit more towards those, like, metalcore heads, much like myself, so appreciate that inclusion within the track. I think his clean vocals sound just as tight as well, too. But I like kind of, like, the more fast-paced nature of this track. I think there's some really cool rhythmic patterns again with this one. The chorus sounds super solid, really catchy as well, too. And I just thought this one was one of the best singles that I had heard. I believe it was a couple months ago, maybe last year possibly. But I just really enjoyed this track a lot, and I'm glad that I've found a new love for it again, just because there are moments where I just listen to a ton of albums and sometimes I forget some of these gems. So it's nice that this one is on there, and that breakdown is gnarly still, and that ending part, I really feel like I didn't get to really kind of delve into that as much within the reaction video, but I love the kind of just switch up with the just breakdown, kind of like more straight beat of the track with, a little bit of blast beat action going in there. So it was a good mix of everything heavy. I think it brings about more of their melodic side, because if you jump from Blinded, if you're listening to this from front to back, this would be a nice change of pace for, I think, most people. So I do really enjoy this one. This one's one of my favorites, so I'm pretty biased on my love for Exodus, but I enjoyed this one a lot, certainly. So, but yeah, if you guys are watching this live or you're watching it after the fact, let me know what your favorites are from Between Death and Dreams. So I'd love to know. But we are going to move it on to track 3, which is Dynasty. So let's give it a listen.
Give me the strength to stand. This course of destruction, separated from the body access. The body of the breaker. We must have fire in our eyes. For there is more.
That's actually good. Very similar to Exodus. God, that breakdown. This part's so clean. Oh, God, that's so good. Guys, that was track 3, Dynasty by Brand of Sacrifice. Man, I gotta tell you, my neck is getting a workout right now, so love that. But anyway, getting back to the track at hand, I think this one, I didn't really pick up on this upon first listen either, but I can find there's a lot of similarities between this song and Exodus. I would say that this song is kind of the combination of Blinded and Exodus. It kind of has those really kind of heavier synthy moments in the song. But as well as that, I think I love the kind of, again, that choral effect going on in this track, but utilized in a different way. I think it brings that sort of, again, heavy energy to it as well. But I think it brings in more of a darker tonality versus maybe Exodus, where I think it's a little bit more melodic, and so I do appreciate that. But I think with Dynasty, it really brings out those like darker undertones, which I really love within a track like this. Love that kind of, again, that blast beat pattern towards the end of the song. Really, really tight. The thing about this band that I think is really sick is just how tight they are as a collective. I think with this style of music, you really got to have that sort of tight sound, and I think they do a really good job of just honing in on that. Kyle does a great job with his screaming as well. I think he is up there with some of the best screamers out there. I'd argue some of my personal favorites, love Rio from ex Crystal Lakes, as well as Gnosis, which is his new band. Go check that out. I think obviously Will Ramos within Lorna Shore, he's doing fantastic as well. Kudos to him. And then I think Kyle just does a really great job as well, just kind of, again, bringing in some really kind of nasty screams. I love kind of those like pig squeals and just like really kind of like guttural noises that you just, it just brings a smile to your face because you're just like, what the fuck did I just listen to? But like in the best way possible. At least for me, I know some people don't like that stuff, but I think it's really impressive because I am far from a vocalist, but I feel like that takes a decent amount of skill to kind of nail down. So love that. But yeah, this one is another aggressive track. I think if you just kind of have been riding and dying with Brand of Sacrifice right now, these songs are going to definitely resonate with you a lot more than myself, because I feel like I'm more of a surface level Brand of Sacrifice fan. I really want to delve into and take the time to listen to Lifeblood. I really didn't give an opportunity to listen to that, but that's going to be on my list of ones to check out probably within the next month or so. I really want to delve into that one a little bit more, since I've enjoyed what they've done. And I think that this being the first kind of real like introduction to the band, I think this is a good stepping stone to really kind of get more involved with the type of music that they make. I already kind of have a surface level knowledge of it, but I think with an EP you don't really get the full gambit of things. So I do think that listening to Lifeblood will be giving me a better idea, and hopefully more knowledge to then pass off in a up and coming review for if they wind up doing another full length or they wind up doing another EP. At least I'll have a better baseline for kind of critiquing it a little bit more. So, but I just think this is really groovy, really heavy, and again, if you are in that sort of deathcore scene of music and you have not checked out Brand of Sacrifice, then you absolutely need to, because I think they are, they're one of the ones that got me introduced into the genre a little bit more so I think I have a little bit of bias in regards to liking them a lot, but I think they just absolutely crush as well, and I imagine the sentiment is true with a lot of other people who obviously love Brand of Sacrifice. But really enjoyed this one. I still think Exodus is my front runner right now, but we are moving into the final track of the EP, which is the title track, Between Death and Dreams. So let's give this last one a listen and see where we're at. Oh, I like this like bit crushed choral intro. I feel like this one's gonna be a good one. Ooh. Yeah. I feel like this is calling for a breakdown. That breakdown was tight. Time man, I like it. Yeah, this one rocks. All right, guys, that was the final track. That was Between Death and Dreams from the EP Between Death and Dreams by Brand of Sacrifice. You can check the links below to go pick it up if you feel so inclined to, but I love this one. I think this one beats out Exodus for me finally. But I would say it's cool because I think that this EP was really well thought out. Much like I feel like most records are, but I really appreciate the attention to detail within this EP because I feel like Blinded and Dynasty are like those heavy tracks that just are like stupid heavy. And I'm not to say that both Exodus and Between Death and Dreams don't have heavy moments, but I feel like with Blinded and Dynasty, those two are coupled together because they basically are all screaming. They have like insane like technical prowess going on within the songs, and there's not it's just kind of like a cut and dry version of Brand of Sacrifice, which is, you know, not a bad thing. All Brand of Sacrifice is good Brand of Sacrifice if you ask me, but I kind of like that. And then both Exodus and Between Death and Dreams are a little bit more on that sort of metalcore side of things, but also including some more deathcore kind of traits to their music, because there's clean singing. I think there's some really big choral aspects to it. The choruses are massive. The breakdowns are really cool as well too. But I feel like those two songs are coupled together as well. So it's been kind of a nice like back and forth between the EP. I know the EP only has 4 songs, but I think they do a really great job of kind of, again, immersing you in a way where you kind of get a song for those heavy stands, and then you get songs that are a little bit more for those sing-along moments, you know, crowd engagement, stuff like that, with both Exodus and Between Death and Dreams. So I think it's a nice counterbalance. Why I really loved Between Death and Dreams, I love that intro part. I love the kind of like bit crushed like intro with some of like the more choral elements to the song as well. Really sick. I think it adds to that overall flair of what Brand of Sacrifice brings. That chorus is super big. I love again, I know I keep shilling for Kyle's clean singing, but I really love his clean vocals, and I think that both this song and Exodus do a really great job of highlighting that. So always a big plus to me in my opinion, and as well as that, the breakdown on this track was really tight. Enjoyed this one a lot too, but I think overall really great EP. I liked, again, the ending of this song. I like that kind of halftime beat. I think they did that very similarly in Exodus as well too. So I like that kind of just slow down and allow everything to kind of open up a little bit. I find that I feel like deathcore bands, especially with like more blast beats sort of stuff, like I just feel like they kind of just throw it on there, and I like when the song kind of variates a little bit. Like there's not like you can kind of predict where it's going somewhat, but I like the fact that if it veers off and does something a little bit different, then it makes it more interesting or more appealing to the listener. So I would say overall, really enjoyed this EP a lot. I think again, my standout tracks for me personally, I would say I actually like the first and the last track the most. Those two were Jared, I don't know what to tell you, man. I have two back to back, so I have this one and then Picturesque is after this. But I really enjoyed this EP a lot. I think for me, the first and the last track were actually the best ones. I think that it kind of does a great job with Blinded and Dynasty, where you have those really heavy songs, no clean singing, and Exodus and Between Death and Dreams have those like more metalcore sing-along moments in the track as well. So I think it is a good blend of both. If you are a Brand of Sacrifice fan, then you're probably going to enjoy this a lot. If you're much like me and you love the Afterimage, then there are two songs for you that I feel like might be more up your alley. But if you are kind of like an amalgamation of those two things, then you will probably like this entire EP that much more. And for me, kind of getting more so into Brand of Sacrifice, I think this is a great starter point for people who maybe aren't familiar with Brand of Sacrifice but really want to get into them. I think this is the best piece of music that you can listen to kind of give you a frame of reference for Brand of Sacrifice, because they can get really, really heavy. I have heard some songs off Lifeblood, and I know that they just can get like real nasty, so I love that. But yeah, overall, really enjoyed this one a ton. This was probably the one of the more fun EPs in terms of the deathcore style of music that I've listened to. I know that there's a couple more albums that are coming out that I'm excited to check out. I want to do a listen to the new Left to Suffer record when that drops. There's a couple more heavier tunes to come out this year, and then obviously just like keep posted. I post a lot of stuff, so I don't expect everybody to watch everything, but it is greatly appreciated. But yeah, I think this one is a fun listen from front to back. If you are looking for something heavy to add to the repertoire, would definitely consider this to add to the list, because it is great. So love this one. I would say absolutely go listen to it if you have the opportunity to. And if you have listened to the EP, let me know in the comments section down below what you think about it, because I would love to know. So thank you for hanging out. I will be going live again in about like 20 minutes, so keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be listening to something on the complete 180 of this, which is Picturesque, if you know, you know, and it's more, again, in that sort of like alt emo sort of styling. So I know that's quite a jump, but if you do watch this live now, come hang out with me in like 20 minutes. If not, then that's also fine too. And now I'm just talking to the wind. But please go check out Brand of Sacrifice. I'll leave all the links below in the description to go give them a follow. Go pick up the record if you have the opportunity to, and go see them out on tour. I know that they crushed live, so go do it up. And thank you for watching. If you like the content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make a lot of similar content to this, so I hope you would come around and stick around for some new videos, because I love when people just find out about my channel. It's amazing. So always grateful, and thank you for watching, and thank you, Brand of Sacrifice, if you watch this, thank you for releasing this awesome EP, and hopefully I can get you on the channel. That would be really sick. So thank you for watching. Talk to you guys in the next video.